Well, first, a lot of credit to a really sharp Clipper team. They came in losing 3 in a row, and they needed a ball game, and they played well. Serge off the bench was big for them. 29 fast break points, but we have some things to work on. But all in all, I'm so proud of our guys, the way that they compete and the way that they continue to fight on a night-to-night basis. But hats off to the Clippers. They played a really good game.
Doug, 43 minutes for Buddy tonight. He couldn't hit anything in the first half, and then he finished the same way. Just what were you seeing that kept him on the court, especially with his defense as well?
Well, with Buddy, it's every shot that he shoots, I think it's going in. I think we all think he is a flamethrower in this league. He can shoot the ball, and it only takes one to go in. I was actually hoping it was the technical, and he ended up missing it. But just watching the ball go in, playing with a shooter of that type of regard, I know how that is. As far as searching out and on the defensive end, that's where this is about. In the NBA today, it's about team defense. It's not about an individual. So we have to make sure that we're loading to the ball. We're helping our players, and they got some, offensive rebounds, some back cuts. We'll look at it, but from an effort standpoint, the guys, they're giving it up. It's just some fundamental things that tonight the Clippers took advantage of. So for me, on Buddy is I'm looking for that shot to come in. There wasn't a better shooter in the gym. He just didn't knock down shots.
Doug, it's obviously more, challenging when he's missing shots for you guys. But from an offensive standpoint, it seems like, just overall the team struggled. What were you seeing that was kind of leading to some of that? How much did maybe putting so much of that workload on Tyrese maybe affect it?
When you got a player like Tyrese, we try to keep the ball in his hands. Sometimes I'd like to see it coming from the second side. That's when you pair it up with Fox, and now all of a sudden it becomes really difficult. I thought that in the first half the ball started sticking as opposed to continuing on, passing up a good shot to get a great shot, making the defense move from side to side, things that we just can't do, especially right now with so many different players out. We need to move the ball. I'm always of the mindset that 30 assists is always the number. We did get 24, but we really have to continue to move the basketball.
Coach Christie, once again, you had mentioned at the top of your presentation, Serge Ibaka. Yes, he had 12 points in the fourth quarter, and he was pretty much handling the interior in the middle. From your perspective, how was he able to, some of the stuff looked routine. He just kept doing the same thing over.
Yeah.
To you, what was he doing to get those easy baskets like that?
Well, I think a lot of it, I have to watch the film, but to be honest, just off of my eyesight, a lot of it was helping the helper. So TT took his body off of him to go help, and we got to make sure that we V back and we hit him and keep him off. And either it didn't happen or guys might have been a little late. Not from a lack of effort, anything like that. I mean, they're really good. Paul George understands how to manipulate the defense late, meaning he's getting all the way to the basket. So tantalizing for TT, he has to go over and help. And at the last minute, he's dropping it off. Well, that means that the guy who's supposed to V back, it's a split second. It happens so quickly. So you're trying to make sure he doesn't kick it out to the three-point line, but now you're stuck in the middle. And I'd have to look at the tape, but just from my eye watching it, that's what I saw. And that's a credit to them. I mean, Serge is a champion. Paul George has been deep into the playoffs, and you're looking at a championship coach in Ty Lue, and manipulating defense. They did a really good job. They were sharp. They were really sharp tonight, sharper than what I had seen on film, and they were really ready to go.
Yeah, Doug, tonight the Clippers had a fast break point advantage 29-6. What do you attribute that to?
Fox would help. He's pretty quick. But some of our turnovers And they also, after they got the rebound, they were really looking to advance the basketball. And as soon as they got us on the heels, it was just attack, almost to the point of the onus is on you, ref. You're going to call a charge, or if they don't take a charge, we are going right into your chest. And you just have to give them credit. That's where, when I'm talking to the guys, I'm always talking about hit first. You got to make sure that you hit first, because if you get hit, that's going to knock you off. And now they're just too good. They're at the basket. So some of that stuff we have to man up, and we have to just say, listen, it ain't happening. Better communication in transition about where's the ball, where am I at, where's the help, all those things as well.
Yeah, Doug, we don't know what's going to happen over the next 3 days with some of your players coming back and with potential for Alvin to come back. If you do get people back, just what has this 5 games been like for you, this experience that you're getting, and how much are you taking in, so if you do get an opportunity down the line that you've taken notes and you're going to be ready?
This is probably the most invaluable thing that I could experience right now. I mean, I can't really kind of put it into words as far as learning on the job. Just here you go, figure it out. The team has been spectacular. All the staff has been great to try to help everybody in this COVID time. But me in particular, I think the ability to be on the sideline, be in that chair, see what happens at different times, the responsibilities that go along with it, like it's invaluable. So it's a lot. I don't know when I'll get a chance to process all of that, but I've, whatever happens, I've truly enjoyed it. And I love those guys for the way that they played. They really played their hearts out.
Doug, what does this team need to do in these next 3 days to help clean up the sloppiness that led to the 19 turnovers tonight for them? Or for you guys, sorry, excuse me.
Well, part of it is getting guys back. Alex Lynn, rim protector, De'Aaron Fox, an all-league quality type of player. Like we need bodies back. But it's attention to the small things, attention to detail. It's making sure where is the ball and where am I supposed to be? Because like a lot of defense is just being initially in the right position. Now, if you are in the right position, now it begins a read. Am I physically in the right position, meaning down in the defensive stance, hands out, making it look like it's crowded? Like there are a lot of little things that when we look at it, and then they go, yeah, I see it. But seeing it and then being able to deliver on the floor, 2 totally different things. And you got to hold yourself accountable, and you got to make sure that you're doing it. My bad is not gonna cut it in this league. You're gonna lose saying that. So it's a work in progress. And when we get back and we're not turning the ball over defensively, we're pretty solid. But when we're not in live ball turnovers and allowing teams to get downhill and not communicating on the defensive end, that's when we suffer. So a lot of the little things we'll continue to work on, and I think that we'll be all right.
Coach?
Doug, you guys shot almost 43s tonight and weren't converting at a great rate. I'm just curious, were you satisfied with the shot selection that you saw out there tonight?
I mean, in any game, you're gonna say there's some shots that no, you're like, But I mean, there were some late in the shot clock. There were some grenades where it's like 3-2, and I mean, those are just tough. I've been in that position before, but that's why you got to move the ball and move bodies, because now you collapse the defense, you kick it out as opposed to just moving it around. That with Kennard out, it actually put them into a better position as a defensive team. Like, he's a really good offensive player, but you saw more of man, you saw Serge, you saw a lot of defensive guys. So we have to give them credit at the same time. But yeah, I mean, looking at Buddy, like, if he's shooting it, I'm thinking it's going in. Yeah.
Coach Christie, I have to ask you this question because I think I started covering the Kings the year after you came in 2000, I believe. But everybody's getting the opportunity. Not everybody, but, Paige done been here. Vlade done did his thing. Bobby, he's in Stockton right now, and he's doing some pretty good things down there,
Yes, he is.
getting that experience. Now you get to come in and do something for maybe a few games more. We don't know, but this could be bigger than the Kings. That's what I'm saying. There got to be other teams out here watching what you're doing right now.
Mhm.
I know it's a decision not to make now, but you do understand that you might be in another position right there. How would you prepare yourself to be in a position if something else comes up and another opportunity comes up? Because you said when you came in here, you had some unfinished business. We understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But you may have some other opportunities on down the road. That's what I'm getting to. How are you going to prepare yourself for that?
It kind of, Tony, goes to Ham's question. Like, for that, like all that I've learned in this, like I have to sit down and process it because it's been spectacular, man. I mean, it's been on the job learning, but I don't think like that. I'm more try to live in the moment, and what's for me will be for me. God gonna have me where He want me at. And that's always just kind of how I look, and I just say this has been invaluable. There's so much information that I have to process going forward, but understand that I still have a job to do. So it won't be processed right now.
Doug, with Richaun tonight coming back, was minutes-wise, was this about what you expected from coming off such a long layoff?
I mean, with Rich, first of all, it's just incredible to see him back on the court, man. I mean, he's a warrior. So I didn't really know, to be honest with you, but I was totally happy with Rich. I mean, he's our guy. So like going forward, he's another one like HB, Rich, like he gives it up every time that he's on the floor. I don't worry about him at all. Like it's going to be a work in progress when you've been off that long trying to find everything and get the rhythm and all that type of stuff. So, that's not indicative of who Rich is. You know who he is for us. All you guys know what he does and what he brings. It won't be any different. He going to need a little time to get how he wants it. And he's a pro's pro.
Doug, I was going to ask you the one about Rich too, but since that's taken, this, to follow up on the questions about this job, if it were to be come available and offered to you, is there any question in your mind right now whether it's something you would want and feel like you were ready for now?
I stepped into this one. So, listen. Who knows what's going to be in the future? You guys know how I feel about this organization. You guys know where I want this organization to be. I'm a guy trying to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So, but that doesn't. Whatever my capacity is, it doesn't matter. My capacity as assistant coach, I'm gonna give it all up trying to make it right. So I just I'm not saying this. I don't think like that. That's not how my mind works. I understand you guys got a job to do. Totally. I love and respect all you guys. Appreciate you. But that's just not how my mind works. I lock in on what I am, stay in the moment, and like I told Tony, what'll be for me will be for me.
All right, let's go to zone. Matt, George, go ahead.
Hey, DC, you were asked about shooting a little bit earlier. I wanted to build off that. As a team this season, you guys are shooting 33% from three-point range. And I know Luke's philosophy was a high volume of threes, and I know this team can get hot at any given time too, but do you feel like maybe this team gets a little over-reliant upon three-point shooting and has this season to where it can almost become detrimental?
When they don't go in, it always looks like that. Would you like to see I'm more of get a bucket. That's my mindset. Like I know it's threes, but you got to read and take what the defense gives you and different things like that. They didn't go in tonight. We've had some games. We've set franchise records in threes, and on those nights it was all good. So we're going to continue to work it, take what the defense gives us. Sometimes it's threes. Sometimes, maybe we are a little reliant upon it, but that's the name of today's game is being able to knock down shots. But twos, threes, they all add up. So I'm with both.
All right, last question, Christos.
Hello, Coach. Coach, about those 5 games as a head coach, despite the outcomes on those games, do you believe that this team built a foundation about the effort, about the approach and stuff like that?
Christos, I didn't hear everything, but I think I kind of got what you're saying. Like I think that basketball is built with variables, and there are certain ones that need to be taken out immediately. And playing hard and effort, that's like, if you ain't doing that, we got a problem. And that's what those guys gave, is 100% pure effort. And if that's how you're going to rock and that's the things that you're going to do, I think that the organization, and our fan base will love them for that. Based upon that, the byproduct is wins, in my opinion. We just got to continue to work and get better. We good? Yeah. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.